Hi, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm a tarot reader and an artist, and I find that those things intertwine in the most wonderful of ways. I wanted to introduce myself, and I wanted to address those of you who are afraid to get a reading because it feels like a really ominous thing, a doom and gloom thing, just something that gets at some fear inside of you that the cards are going to predict something awful or that you don't have any control of the experience. The best readings are often a collaborative experience, and they're a wonderful way to connect to your inner wisdom. A lot of things that you already know, but may not even be letting yourself know because that knowing runs so deep, and not it's not a linear thing, it's not a logical thing. It's sometimes not even an unexplicable to other people thing. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that getting a tarot reading can be a really wonderful experience if you think of the cards more as a language, and I, as the reader, get to interpret that language and also just be open to the messages that I receive from the divine and connect back with you as the person being read for. It can be just really such a lovely experience. And I feel like it always comes back to empowering you as the person being read for and just confirming a lot of what you probably already know. And knowing is actually so much more positive than we often fear it to be. Knowing can be knowing your gifts, knowing your wonderful essence, even just knowing that something isn't right for you or is right for you. That's intuitive, psychic knowing. And I love, as a tarot reader, getting to be a part of that, getting to be a part of your process of inner discovery. And yeah, really, a tarot reading at its best, I feel like is a really wonderful co-creation between you, the person being read for, me, the reader, and also just the divine presence that's there all the time for all of us, but that we're accessing in a very direct and powerful way through the medium of tarot cards. Now, tarot cards, in and of themselves, are just a really beautiful medium. There's infinite styles, there's infinite colors. All of it is a nuance of a language. I think of each deck as a different dialect of a language. Now, I personally have a very bold and colorful style, and so many of the tarot decks that I'm drawn to are bold and colorful. Now, that adds a really beautiful layer to the whole reading. So there's everything that I'm receiving from my guides and from the spirits that surround all of us all the time. And they are relaying their messages in conjunction with these beautiful, beautiful cards that are just such a perfect focal point for the reading itself. They're like a really wonderful structure that guides us forward along with all of that other information that's there to receive. And it's not even just me receiving. You may get little pings of information along the way that coincide with what I'm getting. You may get something completely different, and that's just as valid. It's always really about how a reading sits with you and how you digest it going forward, because it can be like, and I've often said this, it can be like a really rich meal that you need time to process. And and that's just a lovely thing to acknowledge as well, you know, that it's kind of like a gift that keeps on giving. It's pertinent information to the moment, and it expands out into all of those other areas of your life, and you kind of get to absorb and revisit that information as you're guided to do. So I just wanted to say, a tarot reading, you can think of it as one really beautiful avenue for receiving divine information. And there's really nothing to be afraid of. You have so much more power than you may be giving yourself if you're afraid. If you're afraid to get a reading. Now, it's good information if somebody's offering you a reading and you're not really resonating with their energy. You're not really feeling it in the moment. Maybe it's just not the time to receive a reading, and that's just kind of the direction you find yourself going in. But if you're secretly dying to get a tarot reading and some kind of fear is getting in the way, that can be eased. That can be eased and that can be soothed. And the more you can recognize that that fear is not really a clearer, more grounded truth, but something that's getting in the way of a possibly really lovely and life-giving experience, the better off you'll be. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing a lot more with you. Bye for now.